Now I don't know if using this top one as a guide is a good idea, or am I going to just break the top bracket off, but at least this way it helps to keep the hole nice and straight. The other side is on, by the way. I'm going to have to go around this entire ship with a little brush like this, dust everything off while there's a good stiff breeze blowing across the deck, probably with a fan of some kind, because it's gotten pretty dusty over the last few months. I should have had it covered up better. To be honest, I didn't have it covered at all. I can't seem to get the top and the bottom at the same time. Now, what's the problem here? There. Finally. This morning I was checking my comments and I came across one that had just been sent from somebody by the name of Bob Smith, and he had included a link, and the link was of somebody who was making a model of the Bismarck to the scale of 1 to 100. In other words, it was exactly twice as big as the one that I'm doing. As near as I can tell, the guy's making it from scratch. It's worth taking a look at. Go back to yesterday's comments and take a look at that. It's worth looking at if you're interested in models, and especially if you're interested in models of the Bismarck. I've just spent the last few minutes cleaning the extra sprue and flashing off of these parts here, and I think I got them pretty good. They're ready for painting. But while I was doing it, I was noticing some incredible detail on these little pieces right here. And I'm going to slip the macro lens on because I want to show it to you. It's too bad that nobody's going to even notice it. You need a magnifying glass to see it. But this kit, for anybody who is really into being able to detail, it's great. This kit is actually way beyond me. Anyway, you'll notice outside we got our winter wonderland back. It looks so pretty, but yeah, I'm not going to say any more about it. Anyway, let me slip the macro lens on and show you here. Now I've moved them over onto a piece of paper here so that they will show up a little better than on that brown cloth. However, do you notice the little hole that they've got drilled through here, or molded through there, that you would put a rope through if you wanted to, well, not a rope, but a thread or something, and you could really go to the extra detail. And right here, you notice it looks like bolts or rivets. Yeah, and here the would be the hinges for where the stringers attach to this platform. And we'll see if we can actually take advantage of that. I did notice that on the photo etch parts that we're going to be dealing with very shortly, there were holes at the at one end, and I think they, should. Well, we'll soon know. Anyway, let's see if we can get some of this stuff painted here. And I do want to check these out in Stefan's book yet. I've got this old razor blade holder here, and I want to try something a little bit different. I'm noticing that when I'm using the razor blade, the way most people do, and I know it's got this little thing that you can hold on to, I don't really have the control that I would like for getting underneath and then bending it up. Now this is just a thought. I haven't tried it yet. This is going to be the first time. And I'm thinking that if I was to put this razor blade in here, and I think I can make it fit, I think that this jaw will open up enough that it will be easier for me to slide it underneath, and I'll just have better control. I don't know, but we're going to give it a try. Okay, now the bad feature of having it like this is that this can no longer be folded up, and the razor blade will tuck into that little pocket there. So I guess we'll just have to be putting this cardboard thingy on here. Let's just try it and see if it's going to work here. I know it looks kind of awkward, but I'm trying to do it in front of the camera. Yeah, that should work. Remember, it was a couple episodes ago we were talking about the fact that these new gangways were much larger than the ones we've been dealing with all along. But I want to do the one that that's the size that we've been working with all along. And we'll just see if there's any, if I notice any difference using this new system. Okay, we got everything positioned. And this is going to be the first time. My fear is that possibly I'm going to have so much leverage that I'm not going to be able to get the feedback, or the feedback of the feel, in case something's going wrong. I think it's better. I just have to be really careful. Like I say, I got a lot more leverage now. That's about as far as I can go. I'll do the rest, with my fingers. Offhand, I'd say it's probably a little better. All right, now get the treads bent at the right angle. I think I got them all pretty much the same angle. Okay, now let's try one of the bigger ones. That looks pretty good. And once again, I'll do it the rest of the way by hand. Actually, it's very little that has to be done by hand. This one being larger, the railing not being any longer this way, and being higher up on this bevel, meant that I could almost take it right to the 90 degrees. Well, I can hardly believe that it's after lunch already today. Neighbor came over for a while and wanted to see the ship. Anyway, we're getting closer to spraying. Okay, this is the last of the gangways. Okay, now I think we're ready to set up for painting. Now I know that for a while there we were running episodes that were running half an hour or longer, and lately they've been kind of shorter. Well, I know it's been thought, why don't you, take two or three shorter ones and, just put them together as one longer one, and instead of having a vlog every day, just have it every other day or once a week or something like that. Well, I think I mentioned this about 100 episodes ago, but I'll tell it again. And here it goes. When my mother was alive, about up until about a year and a half ago, what we used to do is that she would phone me in the morning when she woke up to let me know she was okay, and then in the evening I would phone her. And if somehow the phone calls didn't go through, I would know that there was a problem. And by the way, she lived in Kelowna. I live here in Winnipeg. Kelowna is about 1,000 miles from Winnipeg as the crow flies. And if I wasn't there visiting her, well, then I had to keep, look after her from here. And it worked out really well. And I had the phone numbers of about 5 people in the apartment block where she lived. And if something ever went wrong, I could always phone one of them, and some of them actually had a key to her apartment, and they could let themselves in and just check. Now, luckily, that never had to happen. So anyway, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I'm now getting to that age. If I don't put up a video every evening, one of my kids is checking on me to make sure that Dad's okay. And actually, a few weeks ago, something like that did happen. And I forget why it was. I was really, really late getting the video out, and the phone rings, and they're checking. You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And I really did appreciate that. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I do it every day, even if it's just a little short one. Now, today's isn't too bad. In fact, I'm probably going to be talking here for about 3 minutes. So that's going to lengthen this video. Anyway, that's what this is all about. That's why I have one every day, even though it might be really, really short and nothing much happens. But anyway, I think I've rambled on enough here. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.